Everybody, welcome to What the Flick. I'm Matt Ashley. This is Ben Mankiewicz. We did not see Race, but Alonzo Duralde and Christy Lemire did, so they're going to tell you how it is.
It means two different
What?
It's a double entendre.
It is a super double entendre.
Because he runs.
It's also very ironic because the pacing of this movie is super slow. So yeah, Jesse Owens, 1936 Olympic Games, Hitler. You know, take a look.
Jesse Owens sets a new world record.
You want to win a gold medal? Sure. You want to do it in Berlin?
Mr. Owens, how can you justify taking part in Germany when there's so much discrimination here at home?
People are counting on you. To do what? To get on over there to Berlin and beat those Nazis.
You was put here to run. Don't listen to any of them.
Out there ain't no black and white. There's only fast and slow. Nothing matters. Not color, not money, not even hate.
Running some type of direction, cause the people going nowhere are the ones that are flexing. I'm not trying to be a preacher, I was never a reverend, but I can take your ass to church and show you glimpses of heaven. You better.
For those 10 seconds, you are completely free.
So this is really well-intentioned and very nicely made, crafted. There's not much to the actual Jesse Owens figure beyond the superficial as far as his drive and his decency.
Yeah, this feels like the kind of thing that they used to make for television, and they would air it during Black History Month, and we would all watch it in school and go, huh,
And
okay.
feel good about ourselves for having watched it.
And
Yeah,
you know, the thing is, it's coming on the heels of 42.
Right.
Which was so much more interesting in talking about black sports pioneers and talking about the terrible history of very recent American racism. You know, and when you watch 42, that's a movie where you see the sort of permeated throughout all levels of society this sort of understood notion of saying that word and having that attitude, and it just being in the culture. This movie falls more into that category of a movie like The Help, where, well, you know, there were some bad apples, but there were some nice people too, which is a way to let modern white audiences go, oh, well, I would have been Emma Stone. I wouldn't have been like those bad people. Even the crafting, I don't know, is so great in this movie because there's a lot of digital erasing of things to make it look like the 30s, but in an unconvincing way. Like everything's too clean. This isn't a lived-in Depression America, you know, it's a little sparkling.
Is kind of
How much of the movies in Berlin is, or how much is
a lot, because you see like Nazis taking people out of their homes, you know, and vandalizing businesses.
But the movie also assumes that everybody in America knew about what Nazis were doing to Jews in 1935, which I think is not true.
Not so, yeah.
And we're all really mad about it, which also
Definitely
is not
not
true.
true. Yeah.
I would say also the difference between this and 42 is that there was some complexity to Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
And there was a fire
Owens.
to him.
Jesse Owens is just this symbol, this paragon here. He doesn't really have a lot going on.
Right, but even when he makes a big mistake, like he cheats on the mother of his child, who he supposedly loves and wants to marry and is, you know, trying to raise money for, you know, he has this whole fling with this much flashier, flirtier lady, and then just realizes, oh my God, that was wrong, I'm sorry. And like his motivation to me feels unclear, and they sort of gloss over what is maybe the only negative part of his portrayal here.
Yeah, they can't get past that one fast enough. You know, they put him back on the track to hero status, which means that everything he did was great.
Jeremy Irons,
and William Hurt play like members of the Olympic Committee, and they have some moments. I like Carice Van Houten as Leni Riefenstahl.
Yes, actually, I want a movie about her.
Oh well, totally. They've been talking.
Right.
They've been talking about making one for ages.
Yeah. Can we call that triumph of the world?
No, but she also, she's peripheral.
Yeah.
But as we know, she's also crucial, and like they sort of gloss over her role here, and it's just tantalizing. You want more of her.
Yeah, you know, Jason Sudeikis plays Owens' coach, and I don't quite yet buy him as a dramatic actor, at least not in this role. No. Like, I think I've seen a lot of SNL people, or just comedians in general, who can then like do a 180 and do something that's fully dramatic. And I think Sudeikis probably has it in him. I've seen him in other stuff that suggests that, but this movie, you know, it's like he's drinking out of a flask a lot, and you know, got lots of advice, and it's just I don't know.
I think he gets halfway there though, just by his presence, because he has those great pipes. He has an amazing voice.
Sure,
and a great
that's true,
presence
yeah.
about him that suggests, I'm going to use a word you guys know I like, gravitas.
Boom.
I think
Drink.
boom, gravitas. So I think he gets part of the way there with that, but maybe this was not written, substantially enough to provide him more.
Yeah, no. I blame the movie more than I blame him. I will give this film credit for the one thing that it gets right as far as the racial politics is the notion that you could be Jesse Owens and go to Berlin and, stump the Fuhrer and win 4 gold medals and then come home and you're still black.
You still have to go through the servants' entrance
Yeah.
at your celebration. Yeah, so no, it's decently made, feel good. You want feel good this weekend. It's not Gods of Egypt.
Yeah, I mean it's not a shit show, but it's just so bland and banal and again, go rent 42 if you didn't see that, because that's a much better movie and a much sharper movie that has more things to say.
People clapped at my matinee. People who are not cynical like we are clapped at my
Also,
matinee.
this movie should not be 2 hours and however long. It drags like crazy, and I mean, at one point, Dave actually asked me like, "Is this almost over?" I was like, "We have another hour."
All right, so what's your number then?
I gave it
You gave it a 6.
I give it a 6. I give it a 6 because
Really?
it's also because I just saw Gods of Egypt. It seemed better than that. But
That's the
it's
new low for the year.
Yeah, but
Everything is worse than Gods of Egypt.
there's potential there, and it gets some stuff right, but it's not nearly as exciting as it could be.
Okay, so 6 for you. I'm saying 5.7. So our average is a 5.9.
It's at 60% on the tomato meter right now. Just barely fresh.